Assalamu alaikum class. This is your teacher, lecturer Asif here. I hope you people are having fun. A very warm welcome. Today we will be having our 11th lesson on writing skill, and we will be learning to write a descriptive paragraph by using an activity known as 5 senses grid. So let's see what is there for us in this activity, 5 senses grid. Here we have 5 columns which we need to be filling in. In the first column, we have to place the object which we need to describe, and then in the next 5 columns, we will be using our 5 senses to describe it. For example, the thing which we have to describe, what we see there, what we hear there, and what we smell there, how do it feel to touch, and how does it feel to taste. So we will be using these 5 senses to describe anything which we are supposed to talk about. So let's see, let's apply this activity 5 senses grid on our library, our central library. This is the library of your college, and this is its picture from the outside, and we will also be describing it from within. So we will be describing our central library by talking about these 2 pictures. Its outer look and then one picture from within it. So let's go ahead. We have to first describe its outer look, and here we can see that this is a brown brick building, 3-story building, and there is lawn all around it, and then there are windows, there are a glass wall, and all these things maybe we can see them. So here in the very first column, by using our sense of seeing, we can write that central library is a brown brick 3-story buildings. It is surrounded by green lawns. You can add further information in this column depending upon the requirement of your word limit. And okay, let's move back to our library, and here when we are staying just outside it, let's see what can we hear from here and there. But as we know that our library is situated far away from classes, so here we will not be hearing any noises, or we will not be hearing any sound. So let's see how do we describe it by using our sense of hearing. We may see that we have written that secluded away from shrill shrieks of students and their banging desks. The library is situated in serene here. We want to say that we have not heard any kind of noise here, and it is peaceful here, it is calm here, and we do not hear any kind of noise all around. So this is how we have described our library by using our sense of hearing. We will move to our sense of smell, that how do we describe the outside of library by using our sense of smell. We can see the flowers here. So the flowers might be giving fragrance. So let's see how do we have described the outside of our library by using our sense of smell. So we see that the air is filled with the sweet fragrance of flowers. We have seen flowers here. Flowers are there, and greenery is there. Plants are there, and they must be giving a very sweet fragrance, and we have described it that the air is filled with the sweet fragrance of flowers. And then we have to use our sense of touch, and as we can see that this is a brick building, so bricks are not very soft to touch, so it must be a rough surface. We have touched it, and let's see, we have to write that it has a rough surface. Our library has a rough surface. But if we have to touch the glass wall, as we can see it in the middle, the glass wall must be soft to touch. But we have described just its walls, and we can expand our description by if we want to. It depends upon our word limit. If we have to write a long paragraph, then we might add further description in all these senses, right? And here then we have to use our last sense, a sense of taste, but we must remember that we are not supposed to use all of our five senses everywhere. As we can see that we do not have anything to taste here, so there is no need to apply this sense of taste while describing our central library. So this is how we have described the outside of our library. Now we will move in, and here we are in the racks and aisles of our central library, and we will be describing this scene by using five senses grid. Let's see what we can see here, what we can uh, hear, what we can hear, what we can smell here, and what we can touch here, what we can taste here. And we will be using these five senses to describe the within of our central library. So let's go ahead. We may see that by using the sense of our eyes, we have written that books are nicely placed in shelves and it is a colorful display. And we have also written that wooden floor shines. So by using our sense of eyes, our sense of seeing, we have described that books are nicely placed in the shelves and it's a colorful display. Books are of different colors. And then we have described that the wooden floor also shines. We can further add to this description if we want to. Let's move to our next column, and here we have to use our sense of hearing as we are in library. So we are not expecting any kind of noise here. And the same has been described here. We are in a library, so we do not hear noise here. A very low beep of phone may sometimes be heard at reception. The phone might be ringing sometime and its beep is very low. So this is the only sound which we heard while moving in our library. Let's move to our next column and we will see that if we can use our sense of smell here, and we found that a kind of freshener has been sprayed here a while ago maybe, and it was the freshener made of lilies. So we felt fragrance of lilies in the aisles and racks of our library. And then we have to use uh, our sense of touch, and we have felt, we have touched the racks, we have touched the books, and they are soft to touch. And the walls, they are also soft to touch. And we have described it here that racks are soft to touch. Wooden floor is a bit slippery. The wooden floor is a bit slippery. So this is how we have used our sense of touch here. But once again, we may see that we do not have anything to taste here. So we will not be using our sense of taste in this particular description. And this is how we describe things. Now you will be placing all the information given in these columns in the form of a paragraph, and this is how we write a descriptive paragraph. You people have been given a practice document, and you have to describe your house in 150 words using 5 senses grid. This is all for today. Thank you so very much. See you in the class.